Well, hey there, and welcome back to the Run Lift Race Show. My name is Mindy McFall, and today I want to show you a more efficient way to cross train to achieve your next PR. And I'm sharing this with you today because as a runner, I've personally struggled with trying to just find the time to cross train and strength train and also stick to my running schedule. But once I figured out how to be more strategic with my cross training, I was able to not only save time, but get better results. And so I'm excited to share this strategy with you today. Let's go. Okay, so if you're watching this episode, you may have already bought into the fact that running alone is not going to necessarily make you a better runner. And the good news is a lot of runners and run coaches have started to incorporate more strength training into their weekly routine. But what I see a lot of runners and coaches do with strength training is primarily focus on prehab or rehab. So in other words, trying to prevent injuries or rehab from injuries. And there's definitely a place for that with your strength training, but when it comes to improving your performance, there is a different approach that we need to take. And so I want to illustrate that with an example. Now, I want you to think about a baseball pitcher. So in order for that pitcher to get better, they must practice pitching, right? But what do you think would happen if that pitcher threw 90 to 100 times a day, 6 to 7 days a week, every single week, and didn't do anything else? Well, in the beginning, they may see some improvements with their speed and their accuracy, but over time, their performance is eventually going to stagnate if all they do is pitch and nothing else. And worse, they could also be at risk for injury. Now, what do you think would happen if instead that pitcher practiced pitching 3 to 4 days a week, and then on the other days, they were doing exercises that were specific to improving their performance, whether that is strength exercises to strengthen their rotator cuff, or doing explosive movements to be able to improve their speed and velocity, or doing medicine ball training to improve their rotational power. Pitchers become better at pitching through practicing their craft, but also through becoming better athletes, improving different areas of their athleticism and fitness. Now, distance runners are no different. Think about all the different areas of your athleticism that are related to running. So you've got speed, you've got power, you've got explosiveness in your push-off, you've got core stability, balance, coordination, just to name a few. Now, just like the pitcher, you can train some of those things with running, but running is only going to get you so far before your performance starts to stagnate. You must work on other areas of your athleticism in order to get better. In short, you must become a better athlete. I'm going to say that again. In order to become a better runner, you must become a better athlete. Okay, so how do we do that? So when you approach your strength training, you want to focus on the areas of your athleticism that are directly related to the race that you want to PR. So as an example, if you want to PR in your next 5K race, you need to be structuring your cross training or strength training around speed, explosiveness, power endurance. So doing things like weighted throws, Olympic lifting, plyometrics, all of those things are going to be conducive to those areas of athleticism that you're going to want to work on for that 5K race. If you're training for a longer distance, like a half marathon or a marathon, you're going to want to focus on things like muscle endurance and core stability. So doing exercises like deadlifts or farmer carries are good ways to be able to train those areas of your fitness. Now, by focusing on developing different areas of your athleticism, you're going to see some huge benefits. Number one, you're gonna get better results because you're ultra focused on designing your training around the race you want to PR for. So again, if your race is the 5K race, you're gonna design all of those workouts around speed, explosiveness, power. Doing a 45-minute easy jaunt on the elliptical is just gonna be a waste of your time. Number two, you may see some positive changes in your body composition because you are changing up your routine and challenging yourself in a different way. So things like losing body fat or gaining lean muscle, becoming more defined, are some positive things that you may see. And lastly, number three, it's gonna help you stay more motivated. So if you are focusing on different areas of your athleticism around your race, then you can kind of break up your training throughout the year. So for example, in the fall, maybe you're working on speed and explosiveness, and in the summer, you're working on muscle endurance and core stability. This is a great way to kind of keep things fresh and fun so that you don't get burned out or overtrain in one particular area. All right, guys, so if you are curious about what some of these workouts may look like, I want you to go to runliftrace.com/join, and I would be happy to send you some free workouts that are specific to the goal that you're training for. So whether that's to PR for your next race or maybe just to lose body fat and get strong, I'm happy to send you some workouts that I personally use and also the ones that I use for my running clients that will help you get real tangible results from your cross training. So that's runliftrace.com/join. Get on the list and I'm happy to send you some ideas to help you with that. All right, runners, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Next week, I'm gonna be sharing with you the actual method that I use to create some of these workouts called the Core 14 Strength Method for Distance Runners. So I hope you tune in next week, and until then, have a great day.